What were Fidel Castro's greatest achievements? What were Fidel Castro's greatest achievements? Let's take a closer look at the key moments that defined his legacy, especially during the 1960s. Fidel Castro rose to prominence by leading the Cuban Revolution. He successfully overthrew the dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista. This began with the attack on the Moncada barracks in 1953 and continued with the Granma yacht landing in 1956. Despite being outnumbered, Castro's determination and guerrilla tactics won him support across Cuba. By January 1, 1959, Batista fled, marking a significant victory for Castro and his revolutionaries. After the revolution, Castro transformed Cuba into the first communist state in the Western Hemisphere. This shift was monumental, especially during the Cold War, as it positioned a communist government just 90 miles from the United States. This alignment with the Soviet Union led to the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, a defining moment of the decade. The world watched as Cuba became the center of a nuclear standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. Castro's social reforms also stand out as a major part of his legacy. He prioritized universal access to free education and health care. This focus dramatically improved literacy rates and public health in Cuba. In the early years of his government, more classrooms were built than in the previous 3 decades combined. A work-study program was also introduced, integrating education with productive activities. Health care was nationalized, leading to the establishment of rural clinics and urban polyclinics that provided free medical services. As a result, infant mortality rates dropped significantly, and universal vaccination programs were put in place. Infrastructure development was another key achievement. Castro's government invested heavily in building thousands of kilometers of roads, improving water and sanitation, and constructing hundreds of houses each month to reduce homelessness. Nurseries, daycare centers, and facilities for the disabled and elderly were established, reflecting a broad social welfare agenda aimed at improving living standards for ordinary Cubans. Castro also took steps to combat racism and promote social equality in Cuban society. His regime aimed to reduce racial discrimination, promoting greater social equality as part of the revolutionary ideals. This effort sought to unify the population under the principles of the revolution and communism. While these achievements brought significant improvements in social services and national sovereignty, they also came with trade-offs. Castro's government suppressed political dissent, eliminated a free press, and established a one-party state, which limited political freedoms and human rights. From the perspective of the 1960s, Castro represented a bold figure who challenged United States dominance in the region. His role in the Cuban Missile Crisis highlighted the intense global struggle of the era, with Cuba standing as a focal point of Cold War confrontation. The social programs he implemented reflected the revolutionary spirit of the 1960s, emphasizing education, health, and welfare as foundations for a new society. Castro's legacy is a complex mix of achievements and challenges that continue to shape discussions about his impact on Cuba and the world.